show you the wisteria around here. It's beautiful, it is, it's lovely. Down where I live. Wisteria on most. On most of the properties. It doesn't flower for very long. You know, most of May it will flower for, but it does look very nice. And they've got it on the fronts of the buildings, you know, and I think it must have been here for yonks, you know, a long time, many years, probably even as early as when the properties first were built. They have wisteria on them. Wisteria is a lovely plant. It takes years to come into fruition as to those, well, the purple plants, you see. Now, if you look down the street, well, Love Lane it is. It's not a street, it's Love Lane. You know, it does look pretty, the wisteria. It is a lovely plant, but then it takes a long time to mature. But it does look nice. Get yourself some wisteria on your property. It enhances it, but then again, you've got to wire it. You know, look at that there, how lovely that looks there. It enhances even the next door, the property that stands back. That's got wisteria, but on a shrub they've done it. But it does look nice. But ivy growing up your house is no good to your house. Wisteria doesn't do the same damage to your house. Then you've got rhododendrons there, which look pretty. They have got some nice shrubs around here. Like when I was allowed, well, all the time as I've been around, it's only in the last 20 years I've never had a garden, but you can't beat a garden. You live and learn, like with a garden. It's part of you, and it's your life. Even when you know you're not a gardener anymore and you don't have a garden, it doesn't stop you. You can watch programs. You still love gardens, you know, and everything that comes with them. I have quite a few plants, but there's thousands and thousands that don't. Like when I grew up, my parents had a big garden, massive garden, front and back. Like it would have took me the day probably to mow the lawn, but I started from an early age gardening, and that was the thing. You did that, you see. You learned to love what your parents loved. My mother loved the garden, and so I looked at it. Yes, it's a nice pastime gardening, even if you just mow the lawn, you know, and have a few plants around. But you know, you want perennials that will grow up every year. I don't know the difference between a biennial and a perennial. Um, I think perennial is probably the wrong way round, but there are plants that come up every year, and there are some plants that only come up for say 6 months and then they die. Uh, they just flower through the spring and summer and then die. But there are plants like Michaelmas daisies. Like we had thousands of them around our, you know, when I grew up, and they were lovely flowers. You lived with them every day, and um, asters. My mum had lots of asters, but I don't think they're very popular nowadays. Um, Asters are beautiful plants. My mum wouldn't have. There's a flower that attracts slugs. She'd never have them. Attracted too many slugs. It was like a pom pom, but ever so nice colours. I've seen them in other people's gardens, but they attract thousands of slugs, and you don't want slugs in your garden. Once you get slugs, you never get rid of them. Best thing is to get rid of slugs. Fill a couple of glasses of beer, pint glasses, you know, or half pints, whatever if you're cheap, man. Pint glasses. Fill them up with beer, and in the morning they'll be all in there floating. They love beer. They can't get rid of, you know, and the smell, I think it is. That's what attracts them. And then they die happy and drunk. Drowned, which is a good way to die for slugs. But that's the only way to get rid of slugs in your garden. But you don't want to use these chemicals. They poison the birds and all sorts, and you don't want to do that. Too many chemicals in the gardens. They're bone idle with people, you know. You know, like you put this path clear, you spray it on the things, and then a bird drops down from the sky and says, "Oh, there's a nice big what's her name, worm. I'll have him." But the worm's been sprayed with the path clear. So the bird eats the worm, and next minute the bird's dead. He'd die because he's ingested the path clear. But the residents don't care, you know, and then they wonder why all the birds are dying off. There's not so many birds. I mean, say, when I was a lad, oh, there were millions upon millions of birds, little birds, you know. They used to come in the garden and bath all day long. You don't see them so much nowadays. I know, like, you don't see them as much as they used to be. They used to be prolific, and nowadays it's very poor. The amount of birds that are about are not very good. And that's why I tend to buy birdseed from. I probably spend about maybe £10, £15 a month, and maybe £20 a month in the winter, giving them birdseed. I put birdseed down around the park, and I buy nuts, I buy bags of nuts, you know, the peanut type things. I put them round. And because in the summer months, when they can get plenty of food, I love eating them. It is free, innit? I know I've helped them, like, to survive the winter, but they're singing for everyone. You know, they're not just singing for one, they're singing for everyone. And I like that. I do. I think it's lovely, you know, to be able to, the bird singing now by the side of me. That's a little sparrow. That's a sparrow that's singing. I know sparrows. They don't have a nice, well, sometimes they sing quite nice, but mostly he's just yapping to his mates. But that's what I think he's doing, he's yapping to his mates. But, you know, and then some of them are calling to the friends, like, you know, the bird friends. But, yeah, we have all these things round us. You know, he's a nice little dog, isn't he? He's not very friendly, buggered off. He's not very friendly, him. Come on. Yeah, I used to have a little dog. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to finish now. That's the 23rd of May, 2016. Bye-bye.